Hey everybody, Captain B-Nard back here with another Wi-Fi battle. So, today we have a battle against Kain. This is actually a fan of mine that I got off of the Discord server. Just another public service announcement. If you want to join my Discord server and/or potentially get a battle with me or just hang out, whatever, link will be in the description of the video as always. So, looking at his team, it looks to be pretty interesting, actually, very well balanced, so that's cool. Looking at my team, it is going to be another team remix here, so I do, of course, have the Arcanine and the Articuno on deck, but the rest of the team are just some Pokemon that I have used here before on BDSP, just stuff that I want to get some more use out of, so... just want to go ahead and make a quick note of the opponent's team here. Okay, if it wants to cooperate, that is, and then we really don't have much time to decide what we want to lead with. I think we're actually going to go ahead and lead with the Aggron here. Yeah, definitely not much time left. And we'll see how that works out. Alright, so he's going to go ahead and lead with the Honchkrow, which is actually not too bad for me with the Aggron lead. So, not 100% sure what he's going to want to do right off the cuff, but I think what we're going to want to do is actually go ahead and get a Stealth Rock set up here, as it does look to do some pretty good work to his team, so we're just going to go for that. And he's going to go for a Taunt, so he makes a nice play here and predicts the Stealth Rock, so that is unfortunate. So, we cannot use the Stealth Rock, so that's going to set us back a little bit. So now we have to decide what we want to do to this thing. I don't really expect him to stay in here. We could definitely head smash. It's going to do a lot of damage, I think, to whatever he puts in, because he does not have a resistance to it. So we're just going to go ahead and head smash here, actually. And he actually stays in and sucker punches us. So that is going to do next to nothing, actually, as we are max HP. We're going to hit this thing with a head smash in return, as that is just going to absolutely destroy this thing. It is going to actually knock it all the way down to a Focus Sash, as we do take a ton of recoil damage there. And then we are going to get some HP back with the leftovers. So now we have another decision on our hands here. He could definitely stay in and try to sucker punch us again, although it will not take us out, obviously. We could try to switch, although not really sure what we want to do here. What do we want to do? You know what? I think we're just going to stay in and attack once again. We're just going to go Iron Head this time, see what he wants to do. Not really worth switching. He's just going to Sucker Punch again, and that's going to chip us all the way down to 21 HP in the red, but we do survive. Go for the Iron Head in return, and that will definitely be enough to finish that Honchkrow off, knocking him to 5, as we are going to get some more HP back with the leftovers. Unfortunately, Aggron a little worse for wear at this point. We are going to end the taunt, which is good. We'll see what he wants to bring in here in response. So he is thinking about this one. And it is going to be the Manectric. So, I don't know if it's necessarily worth switching here, but it might be, just because we do actually have a really good switch into this thing. That is the Flygon. So we definitely could switch into the Flygon, since this Manectric's move pool is pretty limited in this game. So he doesn't really have, I don't believe, really gets much of anything to deal with Flygon. I think we're going to go ahead and make that switch, save the Aggron for another day, see if we can get the better of him on this one. So going to go ahead and come in with that. And he is going to Flamethrower, so he did that just to be safe in case we did switch. It is not going to do too much damage to us, and luckily he does not get the burn, so that's good. So yeah, now we have a little bit of a decision to make. These things are usually choice in some way, so we could definitely take this opportunity to set up a dragon dance. So you know what? I think we're going to go ahead and do just that, actually. And he indeed is going to go for the switch. And we'll see what he wants to bring in. It is going to be the Slow King. So we are going to go ahead and get the Dragon Dance off here. So we're going to get that +1 attack and speed, which is pretty nice, of course. So yeah, since we're set up, Slow King, I believe, is more specially defensive than physically defensive. So we are max attack with a life orb. So we're just going to go ahead and I believe there's no reason not to lock ourselves into outrage. So that's exactly what we're going to do here, and see if we can one-shot this thing. So of course we're going to outspeed, max attack +1 life orb, outrage incoming, and that Slow King cannot take one of those. So that is going to go ahead and get rid of that thing in one shot and knock him down to 4. So that is pretty great for us. So yeah, now we are going to see what he wants to bring in response, and it is going to be the Salamence. So he comes in with that, no Intimidate, which is actually really good for us, which means he's Moxie, but he's actually Choice Scarf, because he does outspeed us even at +1, go for the Dragon Claw, and that is going to get rid of our Flygon, knocking us down to 5, and then he does get the Moxie boost. So yeah, that was kind of unfortunate for us. So yeah, now what do we want to do is the question. I think we know he's locked in a Dragon Claw. Unfortunately, we don't really have anything that can take a Dragon Claw, especially at +1. We could go for Arcanine, although we really don't have a good move for this thing. I think our best bet is actually to come in with the Alakazam. We are Focus Sash, so we know we can survive any attack this thing goes for. So yeah, I think our best course of action at this point is to go ahead and fire off a Dazzling Gleam. We know it's not going to one-shot, but we really just need to get the chip damage on this thing, so that's what we're going to do. And we know he is going to outspeed if he stays in, and indeed he does. So he hits the Dragon Claw, gonna knock us all the way down to the Focus Sash, of course, but we do survive because of it. We're gonna hit a Dazzling Gleam in return, max special attack, and that is gonna take this thing all the way down to about 1/4 HP, which is nice. So we have a little bit of a decision to make right now, because we need to let something go down here so we can get a clean switch into Arcanine and finish this thing off with an extreme speed. The only question is, do we want to keep Alakazam alive or let something else go down? And I think the answer to that question is we want to let Aggron go down in this situation. So yeah, I don't think, based on what Pokemon he has left, I think our best play here is just to sack the Aggron off to get a clean switch into the Arcanine, so that is what we're going to do. So there it is, and he is going to, of course, go Dragon Claw, because he has no choice, and of course that will finish off the Aggron, knocking us down to 4, as that does give him another Moxie boost to increase his attack even farther. So, of course, we really have no choice at this point but to just execute the plan. So that is what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and come in with the Arcanine, and we do get the Intimidate to cut this thing's attack. So, yeah, now we maybe have a little bit of a choice on our hands here, because he could... there is a chance that he could over-predict and stay in here, but you know what? I don't really think that's a chance we can take, because if we don't go extreme speed and he does hit us, we've pretty much lost the game at that point, so we pretty much just have to hit extreme speed. And indeed, he isn't going to stay in here, and he's going to switch into the Muck. So we are going to hit a Choice Band extreme speed on this thing, and that will take it down by about 1/3, which is not bad damage, as we do get some HP back, or he does get some HP back with the Black Sludge. So I think we're definitely going to want to switch out here. We do not want to take damage on the Arcanine, as it looks very useful for a lot of his Pokemon here. So I think the best play we have at this point is to go ahead and switch in the Politoed, so that is what we're going to do. So there it is. And we are going to get the Drizzle to make it rain on the battlefield. And he is going to go for a gunk shot, and he actually misses, which is really good for us, as he does get some HP back with the black sludge. So I think based on what he has left, the best option we have here is to actually just fire off a Scald. It is rain boosted, so we're just going to go ahead and do that, as we do outspeed, which is nice. We hit him with that Scald in the rain. It will knock him to about a quarter HP, and we do get the burn, which is actually really great for us. He goes for the gunk shot. This time he hits. His attack will be cut thanks to the burn, and that is only going to take us down by about a quarter thanks to that. So that was pretty clutch on our side there, as we do get some HP back with the leftovers, and he's going to get some HP back with the black sludge, and then just lose that damage or that HP right back to the burn. So at this point, I don't think there's any reason not to just go for another Scald, so that's exactly what we're going to do. And he actually just goes for the Shadow Sneak for a little bit of chip damage on the way out. Not going to do too much since he is burned. And we are going to Scald this thing one more time, which will be more than enough to take the Muck out from that range and knock him down to 3, as we are going to get some more HP back with the leftovers. So definitely worked out pretty well for us there. We'll see what he wants to bring in response, and it is going to be the Manectric. So this thing is going to be a problem. So unfortunately, we don't really have a switch to this thing. Given that, given what we have left. So, the only question is, what do we want to do here? So right now, he's got the Manectric, the Flareon, and the Salamence left. So Politoed does look pretty useful at this point. I think our best course of action at this point is to actually... what do we want to do here? Unfortunately, he can pretty freely go for an electric attack here, which is not good. I think our best bet might actually be to sack the Alakazam so we can get a clean switch. Yeah, we're almost out of time here. Yeah, I think that's our best bet, so we're going to go ahead and sack the Alakazam here, so we can get a clean switch into something else. So we are going to bring that in. And he is going to go Volt Switch. So that's actually good for us in a sense, because the Alakazam does go down, knocking us to 3. But the good news is he is going to, since he used the pivot, he is going to be forced to show first, which is means we do get to bring in a matchup on whatever he brings in. So that's actually good news for us. So we will see what he wants to bring in here. So he has 3 options here, well, 2 options really, and he's going to go for the Flareon, which is an interesting choice. He is going to get poisoned off the Toxic Orb, so he's definitely going to be a Guts set, which is not good. So yeah, this is going to be a critical choice for us right now. What do we want to bring in to face the Flareon? That is going to be a critical choice for us. I think... What do we want to do here? This is a good question. This is going to be a tough one. I think our best play here is actually the Arcanine, so we're going to do that. So we're going to come in with the Arcanine here, and we are going to get the Intimidate to cut this thing's attack, which is nice. So now the question is, what do we want to go for? This thing may not want to stay in this situation since its attack is cut. But yeah, this is gonna be a tough call here. I think the best thing we can possibly do is actually go close combat. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go ahead and go close combat. He actually outspeeds us, so that's really surprising. He goes for a Facade, knocks us down by about half. We're gonna hit him with a close combat in return, and that is gonna absolutely destroy this thing. We do take the defense drops, and yeah, that's gonna get rid of that Flareon and knock him down to 2. And that is gonna be it for the rain as well. So. Yeah, a little surprised he outsped us there, although we are max HP investment, not speed invested, so even so, Flareon does not have the best speed, so yeah, definitely interesting. So we'll see what he wants to bring in now. So it is going to be the Salamence. So that is a little unfortunate because we are choice banned, so we are locked into close combat. I'm guessing he probably realizes that. So now we're we're definitely gonna have to try and play this delicately. So let's see here. Can we check? So 197, 120. We're gonna need to run some numbers here, and 140, 195. So I think the best play we have here is swapping into the Politoed, actually. So that is what we're going to do. We have to get our Kain out of there because we are choice banded. We can't lose it right now. So we basically have to go into something to sack, and that is going to end up being the Politoed. So we're going to come in with that, get the Drizzle to make it rain here, as he is going to go Dragon Claw. We can probably take one, and indeed we can. So that will take us down to a quarter HP, and then we're going to get some HP back with the leftovers. So yeah, so the plan at this point here, we're just going to go ahead and click Ice Beam, but we're not going to survive another attack from this thing if he stays in. We know he's choice Scarf. The question is, okay, he's actually going to switch out, so that's interesting. So he's going to actually switch out into the Manectric, so he does want to save the Salamence, so we're going to hit an Ice Beam on the Manectric, which is actually pretty good. So we're going to get some good damage on that thing, knocking it down by about half, and we're going to get some HP back with the leftovers. So that does throw a little bit of a monkey wrench in our plan, but not too badly, I don't think. So yeah, now I think we just have to, at this point, pretty much stay in and let Politoed go down. So we're just going to click Scald here as he goes for a Thunder, and unfortunately he's using our own rain against us. So yeah, we are not going to be able to take one of those. So that is going to get rid of our Politoed, knocking us to 2. So now the only question is, and I think we have no choice but to bank on it here, is can we take this thing out from half with an extreme speed with the Arcanine? So that is really going to be the gamble, because we know this thing's going to outspeed us, and that's pretty much all we can hope for at this point, is that the extreme speed will be enough to take it out from this range. So we're going to go ahead and click Extreme Speed. He stays in. We go for the Extreme Speed, and it is enough, thankfully, is enough to finish off that Manectric, dropping him down to just 1. And that last one, of course, is going to be that Salamence, which definitely looks to be within range of a Choice Band Extreme Speed. So we're just going to go ahead and click that one more time. And indeed, it is going to be enough to go ahead and finish that Salamence off, and that is game. So we are going to win that one 2-0 versus Kain. That was actually a really good game. Very close, very competitive. Definitely could have gone either way, back and forth. But yeah, we were able to, with a little bit of luck, we were able to get the better of them in that one. And yeah, that was definitely a great outing. So that's it. Thanks for watching again, everybody. Hope you all enjoyed. Please hit that like button, leave a comment, and or subscribe if you did enjoy, and stay tuned for more new battles in the future. So that's it, and we'll see you next time.